at UKTI?
Okay, so my name is Beverly Okoye. I'm the Deputy Director for UK Trade and Investment here in Lagos. Our role basically is to promote trade between UK companies and Nigerian companies here in the market. So for those who aren't familiar with UKTI, what UKTI is a government agency jointly funded by the UK Department of Business and also the Foreign and Commonwealth Office. And we have offices around, I would say around 111 cities. Each one of those offices are part of developing business in the country.
What does the job of Deputy Director of UKTI Nigeria, what is it about?
Basically, what I do is to help my team to the relationships. We have four key areas. We have finance, oil and gas areas that we kind of drive it, you get interested. So my job is basically to identify where the opportunities are. That means meeting stakeholders, going out to talk to them, going to lots of events, seminars, really understanding the market and then communicating that back to London and saying, look guys, this is where the big opportunities are in Nigeria. This is the route to market and this is how we can help you. So we have a few support tools that we use for businesses. Once the business is now say, oh, I'm interested in that opportunity. How can I get involved? We have a few tools we can use. We can either do research for them in case they want to learn more information. We can also organize like a trip to Nigeria for them. So take them to meet the stakeholders and the business people involved in the contract or the tender that they're interested in. Or if they're at the stage where they just want to promote themselves in the market, we can also organize that for them. So promotional events and something like that.
Okay, now you're going to tell us about your story, right? How you started and how you got involved with UKTI up until this point.
Okay. My story. How long have you got?
As long as you're willing to share.
Okay. It's a very interesting story, I'd like to think. I graduated in law and accountancy from Brighton University in the UK, so I was actually born and raised in the UK. So from graduating, that degree I did was something my dad wanted me to do. So it's the kind of thing that I have my dad in Nigeria, he's kind of, you do law. I was like, okay, I will do law. So I did law and I satisfied my dad. After that, I kind of got into, the law courts in the UK. So I worked for the Criminal Appeals Court. And that was a very interesting experience. It was all about criminals who had been convicted or didn't feel they should have been convicted or they felt their sentence was too long. So my role there was to organize the courts, make sure the judges had the law that they needed, and make sure the audience were well behaved, and make sure the sentence passed at the end of the day was, according to what it should be legally. So it was a very kind of touchy-feely job. I didn't like that experience at all. I thought it was very biased that the lives of certain people were just in the hands of free appeal court judges. And, that's very subjective. Maybe I should say that I felt it was very subjective because it depends on how they feel on the day, whether they're busy and so on and so forth. So for me, I have to be motivated by the job I do. And so I felt that it wasn't a career path for me to take forward. So unfortunately that my dad wasn't very happy, but he was happy that I was in government. Because I then got a job working for the Department of Business in the UK. My first job there was consumer affairs, which was making sure consumers don't get cheated from various marketing campaigns that are quite prevalent in the UK. And so we developed legislation, media awareness campaigns for that kind of job. Again, I didn't feel it fitted me and my personality and what I was passionate about. So I then embarked on a master's in international relations. I really felt at home, in the classes of my master's degree because it was a class where you had everyone from all around the world. You had people from Panama. At the time, it was quite, quite ignorant. Where's Panama? You know, you have people from Bangladesh, you have people from Iceland, you know, UK, Africa, and everybody had an opinion. You know, so our classes was, you know, a bit like, you know, the European Union, where everybody was arguing about different points of view. And that was quite telling for me because being in the UK, I thought you should just have a UK perspective. You know, the UK said, yeah, who are you to have an opinion from Bangladesh? Like, where's Bangladesh? You know, so I was revealed to the world that the world is not just London or London or the UK. There is a whole wide worldwide community out there, and their views are valued, and they should be considered. You know, that's what's going to make the world a better place. So, turned on by that experience in my master's, fortunately, I graduated and I graduated well. I then said I wanted to do a job that exposed me to international relations, you know, so I would be like an ambassador somewhere carrying out a mission for a country. I wasn't very particular what country it was because my mom's Jamaican, my dad's Nigerian, I brought up in the UK, so if anyone asks me, I'm a citizen of this planet, I don't really care, you know, but I really wanted to, you know, I was quite goofy back in the day, world peace and human rights for all and that kind of thing, so I wanted a representational role wherever it was. It so happened that my dissertation I did in my master's was on economic development in the Caribbean. So I went to the Caribbean, I explored opportunities there through UK TI, but it wasn't too deep. They weren't employing ambassadors to the Caribbean because it was too small a market, you know. So then I started up in a job of promoting science and innovation, UK science and innovation expertise internationally. That was interesting, but for me, trade is my forte, you know, so I did that for a few years until jobs came up, opportunities came up, still within the Department of Business. And these jobs came up to promote trade internationally. So the first market they offered me was China, and I was like, second market was India, and I was like, no, you know, and the third market was Nigeria, you know, and I thought, fantastic, you know, Nigeria, I know the culture, I've been there before, I've got, you know, Nigerian heritage, so to work on, you know, and that's in my job application, and I got the job to be Deputy Director of UK Trade Investment Nigeria.
Okay, so what are the challenges inherent and how have you been able to manage it or overcome it if you have?
If I have, good question. I think challenges come with any opportunity or any experience sometimes, right? So I try not to run away from them and just face them head on and face them in my characteristics. I don't try to be someone else, you know, because a lot of people have said, you need to act a certain way, that's the only way you can manage in Nigeria. No, that's not me, it doesn't fit. So if I'm to face this challenge, I'm going to face it the way that is natural to me. So to go back to some of your questions, what are some of the challenges? I think the work ethic is very different here in Nigeria. So both in terms of personalities of staff, you know, very different from the UK, and also in terms of the delivery of the work, very different, you know, from the UK. So I've had to kind of get used to that, and where it doesn't fit, because we are the British in Nigeria, so everything we do has got to be representation of London, you know, which is where we take our instructions from. So I've had to establish a very thin line as to what is culturally, you know, the norm here in Nigeria and what is not permissible, you know, for feeding back information and intelligence to London. So that's been quite a fragile medium to kind of establish, you know, because certain people are like, we've always done it this way, you know, that's the way we do things in Nigeria. Like, yeah, but that's not quite what we need to help businesses in the UK. This is how we need the information, you know. Yeah, but we've always, you know, this is how we run a trade mission, you know, this is where they need to go. That would be interesting to the UK company. This is what would be interesting to the UK company. And then explaining to the people I manage why as well. So that's been one of the major challenges. Traffic is another challenge. I'm sure everybody will say that. You know, for example, I was working late yesterday because I just had meetings back to back, and then I had a meeting at Oriental Hotel, which is only like 15 minutes, walking, 5 minutes drive. Took me 2 hours, I was just living because I was just like, this should just be an easy pop, just pop to the road, pop off the road and be anything. No, it's not the way. So that's another factor. Challenge.
Okay. So how is doing business, the UK and Nigeria, has it been so far? What is doing business, running the UK tier in Nigeria been so, how has it been so far? And how is business between the Nigerians and between Nigeria and UK been since you started, the job as a director? How do you see it?
I think with great optimism, to be honest with you. Before I actually came to Nigeria, I was tracking the market just out of interest. Anyway, tracking its development, GDP growth, ease of doing business, So I had quite a good awareness of what to expect when I actually came here. And I was quite excited because everything just looked rosy. I have a lot of friends, colleagues back in the UK who are of Nigerian diaspora that, just sort of want to come back. We talk about Nigeria, they don't see poverty or difficulty, they just see like luxury, and opportunity. So for me, there's great opportunities here in Nigeria. Not to, paint a nice picture that there's no problems. Of course, there's problems, but what you need here is tenacity. So this is the battle of the fittest. To be honest, when I do my kind of promotional events in the UK and I promote Nigeria, I make one of the first comments I always say: Nigeria is not for criticism. There's other places that are easier to do business. You go to Copenhagen, very easy. You go to Finland, very easy to do business. This is Nigeria. It's really the battle of the fittest. Bureaucracy is present. It's very hard to kind of access it. You have the power challenge. There's traffic. There's people changing appointments. There's so much that we don't necessarily have to deal with in the UK. That we have to contend with here in Nigeria. So for a lot of UK companies, it's frustrating. That's one of the first words that they would use to describe doing business in Nigeria: major frustration. Another word that they would use to describe doing business in Nigeria is time. The amount of time it takes. It takes a long time. So you really need to be in the market, experience the market. It's expensive as well because that means coming over, flying over regularly. So all that takes time. So that's a major frustration for UK businesses doing business in Nigeria. But the other word that they would use to describe doing business in Nigeria is fun. Because if you can take all of that and take it in your stride, you can actually have a lot of fun. Just understanding how people work. It's human nature. Getting to read people, getting to change their minds, getting to close a deal with another culture that you're not normally familiar with. It's quite an exciting thing to do. Again, it just depends on the kind of person you are.
Okay, for other people who are looking to, be part of international organizations as yours, how would you advise them in terms of values that they must arm themselves with, and also educational qualifications that they must have in order to at least have an edge?
You mean UK companies that want?
Not necessarily UK companies, like like in an international, you want to work for an international organization, and not just work but grow.
Right.
Right. What kind of skills, what kind of values would you
okay.
to excel?
Yeah. If you look at the kind of journey I've described as how I got to this position, you see that it was very much driven by a passion. I was very clear mentally what I wanted to do. I wanted to represent. I wanted to be an ambassador for a country. I wanted to work in a context that exposed me to different people. So there was a passion there. And once you have that passion, it's very difficult to quench it. Again, it depends on the kind of person you are. You see the glasses half empty or half full. But for me, who is an optimist, I was very sure that nothing was going to kind of get in my way. So I looked at what were the skills that were needed. I knew that I needed to know my stuff internationally, hence the fact I did my master's in international relations. Again, as I said, it exposed me to different people in a safe environment. So you're not on the world platform, you're in an educational environment where you have the liberty to talk. That was a very good training ground because you have to rep your country and you just or you let someone else from, I don't know, Cameroon talk to you about how the world should be, or you could open your mouth and talk. So it was very good training ground for me to represent the UK, which is what I'm doing here now. So one, I would say, do what you're passionate about, let your passion drive you. Secondly, I'd say look at the skills that are needed and just arm yourself with them to the best of your ability because that's what gives you confidence to talk and to propel yourself going forward. And the other thing I'd say is look at experience. Look at experience, and we're hiring some interns now, and I'm very happy that the first question they're asking me is how much am I going to get paid? They're asking me about the breadth of the experience that they're going to get, and that's the currency I think in this day and age. Currency is experience, not so much the money. That will come in time once you prove you're good at everything else. People will be asking me, I'm paying you, you'll be like, it's too much, I'm already hooked here. But once you have that experience, add to the confidence, you're good to go.
So, if you were to do it all the way, if you were asked to do this all the way, would you do it? Or are there other fields that you're interested in apart from your work at GKTI? Are there other fields, your international relations, right? Are there other fields that you're interested in?
Yeah.
Sorry, before you answer this, just pick up from your answer.
Oh.
What happened?
Yeah. So,
Okay, go ahead.
okay. So yes, there are other fields, that I'd like to be involved with. But I have to say, first and foremost, I'm living my dream. I have to be so grateful to God, because I literally, put it out there into the atmosphere and said, this is what I want to do. And thank God He gave me patience as well, because it didn't just happen like that, and made it possible for me to be doing what I wanted to do. I actually went as far as to say I want to be in Lagos and not Abuja, because there were openings in Abuja, but I didn't want to go there. I wanted to come to Lagos. So I'm really grateful, to God that I am actually living what I wanted to do. And in terms of other fields that I would like to get involved in, of course, I love the arts, I love dancing, I love music, because again, it's a form of expression, and I think that's very important. Dances in Philippines different from dances in Jamaica, different from dances in Hong Kong. By the end of the day, they're still the same feelings. You're happy, you're sad, you're vexed, but it's just expressed in different ways. And just appreciating that and bringing that to the world platform is exciting to me. I think it's very important. It helps us all to understand each other and live together. So I'm very fortunate in my job that I'm able to promote the arts as well. So one of the major things I do is help UK creative companies work with, people in the Nigerian creative industry as well. So places like Nollywood, we're often doing some synergies with them. We're doing some work with CC Hub as well, obviously doing some work with you guys, social media as well. So there's lots of ways that I can, still harness the other areas I'm interested in, without speech, just trade. Because trade is not just, oil and gas or finance. Yes, those are the big ticket items, underneath that help trade. If you don't like trading with me, how are you going to like me? By understanding about what take, if we have something in common that we can laugh together, you're more likely to trade with me. But if you don't understand the person, it's just a straightforward contractual thing. And if you don't like the handwriting of the person of the day or something, you just, So I think culture is really important on the pinch trade, and the development of trade. It's a really important facet and one of quite key development.
So thank you very much for your time and for sharing the journey with us.
No, thank you.
And enjoy the restitution.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much.